Vinay Rajani as well joins in on the show. We've got Sudeep Bandyopadhyay too waiting by. Sudeep, apologies, had to cut across to the SBI press conference. But just wanted to understand what's been your reading of SBI's numbers. Looks a little bit mixed.
Well, I think it's a decent set of numbers, Aisha. Not too much of too many negatives. Net interest income is a bit of a challenge, but otherwise, I think the all the parameters. If you look at the profit, if you look at the asset quality, you look at the cost parameters, I think they have done well. The loan growth also is definitely there. They need to do a little more on the deposit mobilization bit, and that is apparent. But beyond that, I don't dislike the numbers. I think the reason for the correction today is because the valuation was already high, and before the results, the market had taken up the share price significantly. So this is a typical case of booking profit after the event. So some exits are being seen post the results have come in. There's absolutely nothing to really worry from a long-term perspective as far as SBI is concerned. The numbers are pretty fine.
Worry about when you are looking at the long term. Vinay Rajani also with us on the show. Vinay, hi. What's the take on Indian hotels, Page Industries, Paytm? These three stocks are doing quite well for themselves on good volumes.
Yeah, so Indian Hotel is a reaction after the result announcement, and definitely the chart is positive. Stock is trading around its all-time high, and it is trading above all important moving averages. So trend has been bullish, and it has been resilient, and the trend is quite looking good. And the support which is there for the short-term traders comes around 715. So 715 becomes the strong support for the short-term traders, but clearly it is into clear-cut up and the trend likely to remain bullish only. So yes, volumes and price setup is suggesting that the trend should continue. Regarding Paytm is continuously showing strength. It is quite good, and gradually after some consolidation it is rising and giving fresh breakouts. So this is one of the new age tech stock which is looking extremely strong on the chart, and it looks like that it is headed for the next target of 998, which is the swing high which was made in the October 2023. So this is the only resistance we can see on the medium term chart. So I think it is one of the strongest counter, and it looks like that it is headed for the 998 target. So positionally it is looking very strong, and overall for positional traders I would suggest that dip should be bought into and momentum should be played, and investor can continue to hold on to the stock for the next target of 998.
Right, okay. Those are some of the buzzing stocks which are currently holding up in trade. Technology also is making quite a solid comeback, right? Sudeep, just wanted to understand, does it seem like this move could have some more legs?
It does. I think with the US election results coming in, there are expectations building up in the technology space of fresh orders, fresh business, and a whole lot of new things. There's a bit of a challenge regarding the visa regime and how easy it will be to navigate that as far as technology companies are concerned. But other than that, I think it's going to be a good time for under the new US administration for Indian technology companies. A lot of business is expected to be coming to Indian IT companies one way or the other, and that's good news for Indian IT. Otherwise, also, I think if you look at the overall scenario and the valuations at which Indian IT companies were up to a point in time, I think they deserved a kind of a re-rating, and that's pretty much what is happening. As far as the numbers are concerned, we do expect that Q3 onwards, the numbers also should start improving, and they will justify the kind of upward movement which we are seeing now.
Okay, the upward movement might be justified in some of the IT names, but let's see when that growth returns, because for now we are staring at mid-single digit kind of growth from the frontline IT companies. What else is buzzing around? Well, Aarti Industries is down in the trading session. GE Shipping, RVNL, these are some of the stocks, and even some of these shipyard companies, the likes of Cochin Shipyard, etc. Some of these are of course result reactions coming through as well, but under pressure on some of these names. Kunal, what's the view on the mid cap versus the large cap kind of scenario at the moment? Because today as well, mid caps are a lot more under pressure versus the large caps. Is that something which will likely to continue?
Yeah, it should continue for some more time, because it just looks like that the selling pressure is not over from the foreign institutions, and I think that's one of the major reasons why the markets are going into a drag. The worry for the markets is not basically the mix of large caps and mid caps which are behaving in a very weird kind of a manner. But the bigger concern is the lack of follow through for stocks and sectors. For example, we had a couple of days back where the private sector banking names were doing exceptionally well. Then over the next couple of days, we saw the index getting into a sharp corrective mode. Many of the private sector large cap names, they went into a correction spree, and and same is the case with many other sectors which move up higher on one single day, and then there's hardly any major follow through for these stocks. So I think that's the bigger concern for the markets. And till the time we don't see that happening, you'll probably have these ebbs and flows for the markets where we may continue to move up higher for a couple of days, but then with the lack of follow through for sectors and stocks, these stocks are eventually going to get back into a corrective mode. And the correction, what we've seen is that the intensity of correction is very sharp. I think that's the bigger concern for the markets. So, if stocks rise by a margin of 5 or 10%, then you don't see a correction of just 2-3%. There are times when the correction is more than 7 to 8% for these stocks. So that's the concern for the market so far. Maybe my expectation is that once the volatility settles down, once the index grapples back into any kind of a breakout about 24,400 mark, that's where the market texture would improve. And in a similar vein, even the small caps and large caps would probably start to participate much more wholeheartedly.
Well, multiple block deals in Reliance, but that's one heavyweight which has been significantly under pressure and has been, breaching some of the key multiple supports as well. Currently, too lower by about almost 2%. 1282 is where RIL is currently. Sudeep, so far from the earnings, where is it that you believe that further earnings upgrades would kick in, and where do you think the down cycle is now going to turn and was just a one-off, bad quarter in the second quarter?
Well, the earnings upgrades are likely to come, to my mind, in construction and infrastructure. Last quarter was a monsoon quarter, as well as we had elections and aftermath of that. So the construction activity, infrastructure activity was not at its peak, and things will start improving here on. We have seen the Larsen results. It was pretty good, and Larsen has moved up after the results. Some of the other construction companies, which are smaller in size, but their performance also will start improving going forward. That's what we believe. As far as FMCG is concerned, we have seen mixed back. While rural consumption has come back, urban consumption has suffered. We believe that things will start improving from this quarter onwards, because this has been a festive season, and the following quarter will be also Q4, where a lot of festivals, a lot of buying does happen. So we believe FMCG also will come back on the back of some amount of urban demand coming back. So these are the two sectors which we definitely feel things will start improving. As far as IT is concerned, we again believe that things will start improving from Q3 onwards. Of course, the US election also has given them a pleasant surprise, which I'm sure some of them will encash in a big way. So these are the sectors which I'm very positive on. As far as metals is concerned, I'm a little cautious. A lot of things are happening, and even China stimulus, there is a flip-flop. One doesn't know what's going to happen. There is a talk of some kind of duty being imposed locally for preventing cheap imports. So we'll have to wait and watch this space. So I'll advise a bit of a caution. If you're a long-term investor, some of the metal names are good. But if you are looking in for a short to medium term, be a little careful.
Okay, be a bit careful if you're looking at a very immediate term. But on that note, Sudeep, we'll let you go. Thanks so much for making time and speaking with us.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now. If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.